Here are the coolest Easter eggs, references, and pieces of trivia from Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Let's start with some movie references, which you may or may not have noticed depending on how strong you are with the Force. There's a glass of blue milk in the Urso home just like Luke drank with his aunt and uncle in A New Hope. From the cantina confrontation scene in A New Hope, there's Dr. Cornelius Evazan and Ponda Baba, who rudely bump into Jyn and Cassian. C-3PO and R2-D2 are back as the Rebels depart for Scarif, continuing their streak of being the only characters to appear in every Star Wars movie. Jimmy Smits reprises his role as Bail Organa from the prequels. Genevieve O'Reilly is back as young Mon Mothma, reprising her role from Revenge of the Sith. Additionally, Organa and Mon Mothma are part of the Yavin 4 Council, along with A New Hope's Jan Dodonna, played by Game of Thrones' Ian McElhenney. Mon Mothma and Organa also have a quick reference to their Jedi friend Obi-Wan Kenobi, who at this point is still hiding out on Tatooine. During the Battle of Scarif, original Gold Leader John Dutch Vander and Red Leader Garvin Dave Dryce are shown thanks to actual repurposed footage from A New Hope. Red 5 is killed during the Battle of Scarif, which sets up Luke taking over this call sign during the Battle of Yavin.
This is Red 5, I'm going in.
Showing the Yavin 4 lookout is a clear homage to the same shot from A New Hope. All of those were pretty obvious because we've watched this movie a billion times, but there's a few references from the Star Wars animated TV shows as well. There's a few nods to Star Wars Rebels, which takes place before Rogue One. The grumpy droid Chopper can be seen inside the base on Yavin 4. When the Rebel communications officer runs outside to tell Mon Mothma fighting has begun on Scarif, he's on the left side of the screen, making his distinctive noises. A page can be heard in Yavin saying, "General Syndulla, please report to the briefing room." This is Captain Hera Syndulla from Rebels, who clearly has been promoted by this point. And the Ghost spaceship from Rebels is seen both in the hangar on Yavin as Jyn and Cassian first go to leave on their mission, and again in the final battle. The character Saw Gerrera is from the Clone Wars show, where we saw the beginnings of his extreme battle tactics and the tragic loss of his sister, Steela. And finally, let's finish this out with some trivia unique to Rogue One. We see Darth Vader living in a castle, which is known as Bast Castle, and is based off an unused design by concept artist Ralph McQuarrie. In the now-erased Expanded Universe or Legend stories, the castle was on the planet Vijun, but here it's located on the volcanic planet Mustafar, giving it a personal resonance for Darth Vader. Jyn's flashback where we see her parents meeting with Krennic takes place on Coruscant. The novel Star Wars Catalyst explains that Krennic was a school friend of Galen's who tricked him into working on an energy product called Project Celestial Power that was actually the Death Star. Chirrut and Baze are guardians of the Wills, as in George Lucas's discarded Star Wars subtitle from the Journal of the Wills. The concept of the Wills has been touched upon as part of Jedi lore before, and was going to be evoked by Qui-Gon Jinn in the never-filmed scene he would have appeared in Revenge of the Sith. The novelization of The Force Awakens opens with a quote from the in-universe Journal of the Wills, but this is the first time the word has made it into a completed Star Wars movie. Kyber crystals play an important role in the film because they are used to power the Death Star's laser. We see Saw Gerrera's men attack the Imperial convoy to steal the Kyber crystals that they raided from the Temple on Jedha. In the Ahsoka and Catalyst novels, we learn that the Empire has been looting the Jedi Temple, dismantling lightsabers, and strip mining the planet Ilum to amass a large supply of Kyber crystals for the Death Star. When K2SO joins Jyn and Cassian in the elevator inside the Imperial base, he says the iconic line that appears in every Star Wars film, "I've got a bad feeling about this," although he gets cut off before he can finish. In A New Hope, Luke says he flies a T-16 airspeeder, which has turned into an ongoing joke in the new Star Wars movies. In The Force Awakens, 2 First Order stormtroopers are talking about the new T-17s, and then in Rogue One, we hear a pair of Imperial stormtroopers talking about how the T-15 is obsolete. In both instances, the troopers are voiced by familiar Star Wars voice actors Sam Witwer and David Collins. Speaking of throwback lines, Tarkin's "You may fire when ready" line during the first Death Star test is lifted right from A New Hope.
You may fire when ready.
Commence primary ignition.
Those are all the coolest things we found in Rogue One. Let us know anything we missed in the comments. And for more on the endless stream of Star Wars films that we'll be watching every year until the end of time, stay tuned at IGN.